Hello lovelies, Hadia from Hadia's Lebanese cuisine here. I have something super decadent for you. Lebanese stuffed cabbage rolls known as Malfouf Mahshi. Maybe one of the most quintessential comfort foods which every Lebanese household should try their hands at because it's out of this world delicious. Made of a mixture of minced meat and rice, wrapped in tender cabbage leaves and cooked on the stovetop with simple garlicky lemon minted sauce. One of my favorite succulent Lebanese foods and will warm up any family gathering. Make it and you'll be hooked. And now let's get started. Use a knife to cut out the cabbage core. Then submerge your cabbage head in a large pot of boiling water and cook for about 5 to 6 minutes until the leaves are tender and pliable and soft enough to roll, but not overly soft. A good technique is to remove one leaf at a time until you've pulled all out. Leaves that are still hard should be kept in water for a few more minutes to soften, which will make it easier to roll. Remove with a slotted spoon and drain in a colander. In a bowl, add the washed and rinsed and drained rice. Add the minced meat. Here I've used 7 spice and white pepper, salt, olive oil, and by the way, you can add ghee if you prefer, butter, sunflower oil, and mix the stuffing well. Now take one leaf at a time. If the leaves are big, cut the leaves in half down the center along the stem and remove the tough stem section. Now there are 2 ways to roll the malfouf. Place the cabbage leaf seam side down on a flat surface and place about 1 tablespoon of the meat and rice filling in the center of the cabbage leaf. Don't overstuff. Fold the sides and roll from bottom to top. Now, the rolls should be slightly thinner than a cigar. Another way to roll it is add the filling in the center. Simply tuck the initial edge up over under the filling and tightly, and then roll up the leaf without folding in the edges. But I prefer the first technique. It's up to you, but the first technique is way more elegant. Now, if the leaves are small, slice off the raised surface of the tough center stem to flatten the leaves. This will facilitate the rolling process. It might require time to put together, but believe me, it's not difficult at all to make malfouf. I grew up eating it from my grandmother's and mom's kitchen, and it was an event when those stuffed cabbage rolls showed on our table. And by the way, I kept the recipe just the way my mama and granny made it. No tweaking, because you don't mess up with perfection. Now our cabbage leaves are ready. Heat ghee or olive oil in a large stock pot and sauté the lamb chops. And by the way, you can make the malfouf without lamb chops. You can make them with oxtail. You can make them without meat. But adding lamb chops or oxtails would take the malfouf to the next level. Sauté the lamb chops for about 5 minutes until well browned on both sides. Add a pinch of salt. And now it's time to line our cabbage leaves in the pot. Take the pot off the stove and line the stuffed cabbage rolls onto the meat, adding several whole garlic cloves to each layer. Now you might think that 3 garlic heads is way too much, but believe me, they impart so much flavor to the Malfouf Mahshi. So please don't skip them. You don't want a bland flavor. Now this step is optional but recommended. Brush 2 garlic heads, cut off the top of the head of each garlic to expose the cloves, trimming about 1/4 inch of the top of each clove. Add them to the pot and sprinkle some dried mint on top of our pot. Season with salt and add boiling water to the pot, almost fully immersing the rolled cabbage rolls. Cook the pot of cabbage over high heat and lay a heavy plate face down over the layers to weigh down the cabbage rolls while they cook, to keep them in place while water boils. Once the water boils, cover the pot, reduce heat to medium-low, and simmer for about 2 hours. Squeeze 2 lemons. And the freshly squeezed lemon juice will be added at the end of the cooking to avoid a bitter taste. Our stuffed cabbage leaves are ready now. Oh, I wish you could smell the smells coming from this pot. Add the freshly squeezed lemon juice. And now it's time to serve our masterpiece. Drain the excess liquid in the cabbage pot by tilting it in a bowl. Place a large serving platter over the pot and flip the pot so the malfouf is on the platter. Oh my God. OMG. Decorate with some dried mint, more dried mint. And some lemon wedges. Oh my God. I think it's a meal fit for a king. Now adding a splash of lemon juice at the end can be really transformative here. It adds some acid and brightens the dish and gives a contrast to the whole homogenized cooked Malfouf Mahshi. Some folks would like to add a drizzle of pomegranate molasses to their dish upon serving because they like more tartness. Others would like to serve it with some plain yogurt. Give our recipe a try, and I'm sure you'll be blown away by the result. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Give me a thumbs up and follow if you do. I would really appreciate your support. Check our websites. We have loads of Lebanese, Middle Eastern, and Mediterranean recipes. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in a coming video.